Well, the job of an editor, well, of a series editor, is partly to commission, partly to nurture and develop new ideas, new thoughts, push the boundaries of the discipline, and then see that right through to the final production stages of the book's publication. So it's a nurturing, it's educative, and it's also being at the cutting edge of the discipline as well. The series Janelle and I edit is Studies in International Performance, so we are covering the entire world. And one of the main emphasis that we had right from the very beginning was that we wanted to push the disciplines of theatre studies and performance studies away from the kind of Eurocentric and US-centric bias towards subjects and practices that don't normally get so much attention, and particularly in the Anglophone scholarship. So we essentially, at the very beginning, we approached certain authors who were working in that particular area of international performance. And we invited them to submit proposals. And then as the series developed, when the first books started coming out in 2006, the proposals just kept coming in. So we had, our job became easier in a way, because the early books publicized what we were trying to do, and the authors came to us as opposed to us coming to them. Both Janelle Reinelt and I have had extensive experience as journal editors, so we were very well used to working with scholars at various levels within the profession. You know, from the junior scholar whose first article we were publishing, right through to a more senior scholar who was well versed in producing work for publication. So when we came to the book series, we decided we'd keep the same remit in a way, that we would not simply target the senior scholars to help edify our reputation right from the outset, although we did that as well. We always, from the very, very beginning, were conscious that we needed to nurture and develop and mentor the more junior scholar. And so a number of the books that we've published have originated as doctoral dissertations, for instance, and or they could be the second book that the scholars have produced. We were very, very hands-on editors. We'd take an interest in the work right from the outset, and we get involved in the debates right from the outset. The difference between working with a senior scholar and junior scholar, I suppose, is of course the senior scholar has been through the process before, and the junior scholar needs much more guidance. I've known Janelle for many, many years. I first met her through the International Federation for Theatre Research and saw her at many conferences in the US as well. And I have to be honest, she mentored me, in fact, as a young scholar. And so, whatever I am, I have to credit Janelle for that. And so we first got together. She was a vice president for publications of the IFTR when she appointed me as the editor of Theatre Research International. And I suppose it was from that work that I did that we then went on to develop together an idea for a series. And since she was a former editor of Theatre Journal, I within Theatre Research International, we both shared the same vision, the same politics of a small p, and the same desire to work with scholars from around the globe and develop scholarship and research in theatre studies and performance studies in an international context. And so we worked, it was 50-50 from the outset, and at times when I'm busy, she pushes me and vice versa. And so it's, I have to say, we've probably only disagreed once about a very, very minor thing in one particular book, and but we respect each other so much that we always tend to agree by the end of the day.